So I'm going to put us on mute. If you'd like to there's nothing you specifically need, but blocks could be helpful. And maybe if you'd like a blanket for cushioning or covering, anything that you like to have at your practice. Turn my phone off. So welcome to everybody. I just wanted to get comfortable, and I just wanted to speak to it's what I'm sure so many of us might be feeling with what's happening in the world and what might be happening in our own personal worlds as well, and how dysregulating this can be this time. And first, I wanted to express just the gratitude of having this time together, of having this practice, of having a space to come to where we can come inside, ground, and find something that can work for us. Really allowing our bodies, giving our bodies the invitation to settle and to move, right? To expel some of this energy. And also at the same time, finding our boundaries and navigating what we want to let in, and not feeling shame for what we don't. So really recognizing that and the importance of taking care of ourselves in all ways, in physically, mentally, our hearts. And really recognizing that if we're not going to show up for ourselves, if we're not going to take care of ourselves, we truly can't be there for others. So taking the time today to truly meet yourself where you are, just honoring that. Remembering that we're not putting our bodies into poses, we're not putting our bodies into shapes. We're taking those shapes, those movements, and bringing it into our bodies to express, right? Finding our ways that we want to express it that feel comfortable and safe for us. So wherever you are right now, I invite you to the eyes be heavy, maybe they close or having a soft gaze. Taking this time to ground into your space, to the earth, feeling the ground beneath you, noticing those touch points. Feeling the weight of our body. Really visualizing right now in your mind's eye the earth, the roots that tie us in here, that tie us together, and that ground us. And then scanning through your body, noticing if there's any areas right now that feel like they're holding, tensing, gripping. Seeing if we can soften through that. I'm really going to invite a fluidity to this practice today. It might feel a little bit different. So finding spaces in our body for our breath to flow, for our body to move. And bringing an awareness to our breath right now. Maybe deepening the inhale. Really lengthening through the exhale. Perhaps on that next inhale, envisioning breathing in the earth's energy. So finding that touch point again, breathing it into your body. You might feel as if you're drawing it in from the roots. Maybe it's even coming in through the sit bones and coming up through the spine. Noticing what that feels like. Beautiful. We'll do more breathing practices as we kind of move through our practice. So let's take a moment to set an intention. What's important to you right now? What's in your heart? What would you like to cultivate? And then sending out a dedication to those that truly need our support, our love, our kindness. Beautiful. And once again, I'll invite a little bit of tapping today, as we did the other day. If you were here, you might just make a very gentle fist. And we're going to tap right along, right by the sternum, right through the chest. So waking up the heart center, very light tapping here. Just up and down, up and down. We're going to go through our T-zone. Breathing into our heart space. Nice. And then taking either one or two hands and gently using your fingertips, tapping through the thymus gland right underneath the collarbones, so going in towards the center and moving out. And then maybe one hand comes down towards the sternum and back up. So finding your T-zone here, tapping into our heart. Moving the energy. Beautiful. Nice. Then we can let that go. You might rest your hands down and just notice. Notice what you're feeling in your heart space right now, in your body, your arms, your hands. You can feel that energy radiating, really spreading out. Nice. Let's bring some movement to our body, whatever that is for you right now. Maybe it's circling through your wrists, your shoulders, your neck. Just offering what wants to move here, the invitation to move. Beautiful. Nice. And so then as you're ready, let's actually come to a comfortable seated space, whatever that looks like for you. You can sit on a blanket or anything that supports you. different, no right or wrong. Your legs might be open, legs might be crossed. Let's find a comfortable place to be right now. Nice. Let's just bring some movement through the shoulders once you get there. You might want to move your head and your neck at the same time as we roll through the shoulders. And then we'll roll in the other direction. Beautiful. Finding a nice long spine here. We're coming into some breathing. So we'll do a 3-part breath. We're going to breathe into our belly, and as we do, we're going to start to open the arms. So breathing into the belly, the ribs, the heart. On the exhale, the chest, the ribs, the belly. Bring it in. Find your rhythm, belly, ribs, chest, and then just reversing it. But again, you might breathe much slower or quicker. So find your breath as we open through the heart, lifting the heart. As we exhale, navel towards the spine. So a flowing cat-cow and a 3-part breath here. Let's take 2 more just like this. Beautiful. And then we're going to continue flowing here. So bringing the left arm across your body and the right arm up and over. On your exhale, we'll bring it back to center. Right arm comes in front, left arm reaches over. And let's just flow. Whatever, there's no right or wrong here. We're just moving our body, opening up through the chest, opening up through the sides, stretching through the intercostals. Giving fluid movement through the neck. Go one more side, and one more cycle each side. Beautiful. As we release this, bringing the hands behind your back, maybe you take a strap, or maybe you interlace the fingers, letting the heart lift. Nice full breath in. On the exhale, releasing the fingers, and we'll draw it back into that seated cat-cow. This time on the opening, let's cactus the arms, let the heart lift. On the exhale, bringing the palms together, navel to the spine. We'll take that one more time. Cactus the arms and bring it on. Beautiful. From here, we're going to bring our feet out in front of us, knees are bent. Let's do some windshield wipers. So getting the hips, some love, some motion here, some side to side, really finding your edge here, finding your boundaries, really honoring your body, whatever that looks like. You might bring some movement with the arms. Maybe as you come to the left, the right arm swings. As you come to the right, the left arm swings and you open more through the side body. Maybe the next time you might lift the hips as you're opening and draw the right arm back or left, depending on what side you're on. So we're going to create a dance, creating some movement, some opening. So get one more on each side. Beautiful. We'll come back to some stillness just to bring some movement into our neck. So again, sit in any way that feels comforting to you, turning your head towards the left. As you do, drawing that right shoulder down. And we'll take a breath here. And just notice at that point of resistance, does the breath give you some more space? And then turning our heads to the right, finding that resistance, and then taking a breath. And noticing if that breath gives you a little bit more space in the neck. Bring the head back to center as we drop the chin, and as you drop the chin, lengthen the spine and drop the shoulders back. And we breathe to the breath. Beautiful. Lift the head. Let's open the arms again. On the exhale, we'll eagle arms. Maybe the right arm comes on top. Maybe the back of the hands touch. Maybe the front of the hands. Doesn't matter. Maybe you give yourself a hug. Lift the elbows. Lower the elbows. Curling up. Do that one more time. Let's bring it back to center, unraveling, opening up, and we'll take the opposite arm on top. Once again, maybe the back of the hands touch, maybe the front, maybe you give yourself a hug as you lift the elbows and roll it in. We'll do that 2 more times. We're not forcing anything. We're just flowing with the breath. Envisioning some water here, moving through our spaces. Let's open up the arms, cactus it out. Beautiful. And then from here, we can bring our feet out in front of us. So we'll come into a boat pose. So lifting up through the heart. And then the same idea here. So you can keep your feet down on the ground as we open up the heart. And then bring the hands back. Let's open it up and release. Maybe the feet lift and you might extend and open and draw it in. Make this your own. Nice long spine here. If you feel like you're rounding at the base, really lift up through the heart. Beautiful, like a swimming motion. That's what I feel like I'm doing, I'm swimming. Nice. And then let's ground the feet if they're not already there, lifting up through the spine. The heart lifts. The chin is parallel to the ground. Beautiful. And then from here, we can ease ourselves down onto the ground. Keep some fluid movement going here. You might bring your hands down by your sides, pressing your feet up to the sky. And then let's bend into the knees. You might lengthen the legs out, lifting up to the sky, drawing it into the chest, bending your knees. So again, we're creating like this circle, a cycle. You can make the diamond shape of your index finger and your thumb and bring it underneath your sacrum. And that's a really nice support for the lower back if you'd like to do that. And then reversing this movement. Notice your shoulders if they're curling in, if you can release them down to the ground. Beautiful. And we can meet up with our feet up at the sky. Rolling through your ankles, you might send your hands up there as well, roll through the wrists. And then you might play around with the diamond shape with the legs. So just notice how it feels in the hips though. So keep, always being mindful, honoring your body. Maybe the soles of your feet can come together up at the sky, and maybe you can bend into the knees a bit, and then pressing the feet back up. So that bound angle pose as we do. So bending into the knees, pressing the feet back up, keeping the chest nice and open, the shoulders nice and open. Beautiful. And then let's release that, drawing the knees in, and let's rock it side to side. You can hold the knees, they can be nice and wide. Beautiful. And then we can make our big circles, sending the knees far away and back together. And then reversing that. Nice. Let's bring our feet down, knees are bent. We'll find just some really flowing, beautiful bridge pose, so we don't have to hold anything, grip anywhere. Let's just invite the hips to lift. Maybe you reach the arms back, and let's just flow with this. Find when you want to reach the arms back. For whatever reason, I like reaching back when my hips lower. I feel that's more spacious for my body, but for you, it might feel better to reach back when the hips are lifted. So find a flow that really feels kind of watery in your body. And as you lift the hips, engaging in the glutes, feeling into that sensation, you might feel as if you're drawing your feet in towards your bottom. Beautiful. And then the invitation for next time your hips are lifted, feel free to stay there if you'd like. You might walk the shoulders together, maybe hold, interlace the fingers beneath you. Perhaps lengthening through the right leg. You might lift it up towards the sky or send it out long, and then bring the right foot down. And then perhaps the left leg, extending the left leg, perhaps reaching upwards, lengthening out, and bringing that down. Taking a full breath in, and then lowering the spine, one vertebra at a time. And just take a pause right here, feeling the earth beneath you, feeling your entire spine, back supported by the ground. Beautiful. You can draw the knees in, maybe give yourself a hug here. Nice. And then we'll find our way up. You might rock along the spine, or you might roll to your side, whatever feels right here. And let's stay in this position again with our legs are out in front. Perhaps bringing your right ankle right above the left knee, if it goes there. If not, it's below, right? Hands can be behind you as we draw that left knee in. So just finding that figure four. If this doesn't work for you, lay down on your back. You don't have to stay here. And then maybe letting the legs just sway side to side if that feels nourishing. Nice long spine, so we're not rounding here, right? We're lifting up. Beautiful. And then we can switch sides, so lengthening out, bringing your left ankle behind the right knee, And drawing that right foot in. Nice long spine. You can stay right here or maybe rocking. Beautiful. And then right from here, we can release that, find our way into tabletop. Feel free to get a blanket for your knees if that would feel good. Let's find some really fluid cat-cows. You might send the hips back and roll through it. Make it more of a really full body experience. You might take a standard one if that feels best in your body right now. Letting the heart open. And then maybe walking the hands out a little bit further and circling through our body. Lifting one shoulder, dipping the other, lifting the hips, just rolling through this. We'll go in the other direction. Beautiful. Then we'll find our way back into a tabletop, so the wrists are beneath the shoulders. And we'll send the right foot back. Let's tuck the toes. And maybe pulse it a little bit, so get a stretch through the hamstring. Slide the shoulder blades down. Nice. So you might stay here, or there's an invitation to lift that left knee. Taking a full breath. And then perhaps lowering that left knee down as we lift the right leg. Beautiful. And then we'll bring some fluidity to this as well. So you might press the sole of your foot up towards the sky without lifting. Don't lift the that right thigh. I don't want anybody tweaking the lower back here, but the sole of your right foot is facing the sky. And then we'll draw the right knee towards the right shoulder, so out the right side. We'll bring it back where the foot is up towards the sky, and then knee to nose, rounding through the spine, and then back. Right knee to right shoulder or elbow, returning to the back, and then right knee to nose. Beautiful. Let's take that one more time. Beautiful. Sending that right leg long, crossing it over the left foot. You can tuck the toes there, and perhaps bringing the right hand in front of the left, opening through the right side body. You might pulse here. You might find stillness. Content your right fingers. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to take our left foot and swing it off to the left, finding our gate pose. Coming on up onto that left knee, right leg is out long. And again, we'll just find some fluid movement here. So reaching up and over, this is my left arm. My right arm is going to reach in front like we did before. And then we'll take it into the gate, so the left hand can come down, right arm reaches. Come on up. Right arm comes in front, left arm reaches over. Come back down. Maybe one more time. Beautiful. So we plant the left hand on the ground or a block. You might stack the shoulders, or it might feel good to have your arm by your ear, your cheek. And notice if you want to bring more movement, maybe elbow to knee, just kind of moving through that. Beautiful. Let's press off with the left hand as we come on back up, sweeping the arms up to the sky. And then we'll bring our hands down, taking a cat-cow right here, which gives us a nice little stretch in the inner thigh. Beautiful. We can walk our way back to the top of our mat, bringing the right leg down, bringing any spinal movement here, maybe more of a side-to-side barrel roll. Reversing that movement. Nice. We can send the left leg back, left foot back, tucking the toes. You might pulse here, getting a stretch through the calf, the hamstring. Beautiful. Option to ground here, and the palms, the hands maybe lifting up that right knee. Breathing through this, shoulder blades slide down the back. Beautiful. As we release the right knee down, lifting that left leg, and then we'll bend into the left knee, drawing the left knee towards the left elbow. We'll come back to having the sole of your foot towards the sky, and then left knee to nose, rounding through the spine. And so let's just move through that again. Foot comes back towards the sky, left knee to left elbow, back to center, into the nose. Do that one last time. Beautiful. And then we can cross the left leg over the right, tucking the toes here. Invitation to take the left hand, maybe tent the fingers, bringing it in front of the right hand, perhaps looking over the right shoulder. But check in with what feels right for your body, always checking in. And breathing here. Beautiful. Let's bring it back. And so we're going to take what we did on one side to the other. So this time your right foot will come off to the right of the mat, finding our gate pose. So the left leg is out long, sweeping the arms up. And again, we'll just kind of flow through this. So the left arm can come in front, right arm reaches over. And then we flow. Right hand can be on the ground or block, left arm reaches. Come back up, using our core. Beautiful. Maybe after the third time, you might plant the right hand on a block or the ground. Stack the shoulders. Maybe bring your left arm by the left ear, opening the chest. And then option to bring movement here. Maybe the left leg floats. You might draw your elbow to knee a couple times. Beautiful. And then from here, let's sweep it all the way up into our gate. On the exhale, bringing the hands down to the ground, we'll take some cat-cows right here, open through the heart. On the exhale, navel to the spine, getting stretch in the left inner thigh. And then we can walk ourselves back into our tabletop. On the inhale, let's come on up onto our knees, sweeping the arms up to the sky. Cactusing it out. Press the hands back up. Beautiful. Hands come back down to the ground, and we're going to find our way up into downward facing dog. So tucking the toes, sending the hips up and back. And let's pedal it out here. Feel free to use blocks beneath your hands if that feels good. Beautiful. Might let the heels fall to the right. Maybe bend the knees, let the heels fall to the left. So movement through the hips, the waist. Back to center as we kind of ripple our body, finding a plank pose. Feel free to drop the knees right away, or you might stay in your plank. Take a full breath in, and let's lower down. So maybe the knees come down first, and then we bring it down, or all at once, you choose. And then from here, the option is you can have your hands in that 11 where they're parallel, or maybe interlacing your fingers. And so the option here is to come into a forearm plank. So a couple ways we can do this. One, you can stay with the knees down, or perhaps tucking the toes and lifting up here. If this bothers the back, your lower back, then drop the knees. And the same idea, you might let the hips shift side to side. Perhaps on the inhale, we press the hips up and then bring it down. More time. And then releasing your belly to the ground. Beautiful. And we'll find a Sphinx pose here. So elbows either right under the shoulders or in front of. And as we find our way into Sphinx, really finding what supports the lower back. So you might begin to actually kind of puff up through the back. Not that the upper back, the shoulders always stay down and back. You might kind of puff up through the middle back, the lower back, pressing your knees into the ground, pressing your thighs, pressing the pubic bone, finding whatever would help stabilize you. And then feel as if you're drawing, almost dragging your palms, your forearms towards your body. The cervical spine is nice and long here. Beautiful. And then from here, we're not going to stay long. You might even bring some movement while we're here. Maybe letting the shoulders find some movement. I'm going to try and keep things really fluid. And so we're going to come into a twist of what will work for your body. So we're going to lengthen through the right arm and draw the left hand's going to come underneath, and then the right knee will come out to your right side. And so from here, you can stay right here. This can be enough where your hips are nice and stable. If you want to continue, you might bring your shoulder down and your knee might lift, and that's fine. There's no right or wrong. You're just bringing some movement to the spine. You're also always welcome to stack the knees. Just take a breath here, letting this flow. Beautiful. Nice. And from here, we're going to find our way back onto our belly. So just rolling back over. We'll take this to the other side. So the left knee comes out to the left side a bit, lengthening through the left arm. The right hand comes underneath. Right shoulder comes down. And you might stay right here. This might feel really nice. You can lift up through the left arm. Maybe you take it more, bringing the left arm back. Also keep it nice and stable in the lower back and pelvis by stacking the knees, stacking the hips, stacking the ankles. Make this your own. Finding our own boundaries, really listening to our body. What do we want to take in? What do we want to leave behind? Beautiful. More breath here. Nice. We can bring that left hand back around, planting it on the ground as we find our way back onto our bellies. And let's press back into child's pose. That might be a moving child's pose. Maybe you kind of rock here if that feels nice. Or stillness might feel good. Maybe you're Maybe there's too much movement, you're getting dizzy. So really honoring everything you're feeling. Nice. And then once again, from here, we'll find our way up into our tabletop and then downward facing dog. Take 2 cycles of breath here. Remembering in our dog, it's all about keeping the spine long. So feel free to keep the knees nice and bent. We want the spine to really grow here, find length. And then we'll walk our feet towards our hands. For those where a forward fold does not feel right, hang out, rest your forearms on your thighs. If the fold feels good, you might let the crown of your head come down towards the ground, but again, honoring your body. Slowly slide the hands up towards the knees, roll the shoulders back. Nice long spine here. Notice how the hamstrings are feeling. And then we can soften down as we root to rise. So let's really bend into our knees, scoop it on up, and we'll find a nice tall mountain here. Let's pretend we're holding a beach ball, really opening up the arms out to the sides a bit. Beautiful. We're going to bring that funky movement we've been doing before right here. So the right arm can come in front and the left arm reaches over. As we kind of reach over towards our right, we'll come back up, open up the heart. On the exhale, left arm comes in front of your belly, right arm reaches up and over the head. Let's bring it back open to that beach ball, and we're just going to flow like this. Beautiful. Next time you come into that cactus arms, just check in. What does this feel like with the heart? Maybe you want more of a back bend, maybe not. Honoring your body. Beautiful. Take a full breath in. On the exhale, we'll dive. Find a halfway lift here. Feel free to have blocks nearby as we're going to step back into a warrior 2. So however you'd like to get there, we're going to step back with the right foot first, planting that right heel, and then we'll find our way up. Cartwheel up, you could have stepped back into it. Left knee is forward, right foot is back. Beautiful. And again, we're going to keep that movement going with our arms, our body. First, check in that you feel really balanced. So notice where your body is. If you were to look in a mirror, does it seem like you're more towards the front leg, more towards the back leg? See if you can find some balance in your body, in that edge of the back foot. And then from here, we'll do the same thing. So the right hand's going to come in front of your belly, the left arm's going to come up. So it's almost like that peaceful warrior, except this hand isn't back behind us. And then we're going to flow forward into what looks like kind of that side angle. So the right arm comes over, left is in front of the belly. Let's just flow. You might go much slower if this is at all dizzying. Beautiful. Maybe one more, maybe stop somewhere. Do what feels right. Beautiful. Let's all meet up in our warrior 2, opening it up. Nice. Let's lengthen the left leg, find our way into it, just a wide stance. The toes can be out, heels can be in as we find a 5-pointed star. Let's just take up space here. Beautiful. Now we can point the toes forward and we'll take a fold. So maybe bringing your hands to your hips, nice long spine. Feeling into your hamstrings. At any point, feel free to bend the knees. Beautiful. Your hands might come down to the ground or to blocks. See if you can touch something. These full connected, full chain connections are so good for our nervous system. Feel the ground beneath you, whether it's through a block, whatever it might be. It could be a chair. Beautiful. And then we'll bring our hands back to the hips and feeling your core, your legs. We're going to come on up. Nice, long, flat back. Beautiful. We'll take what might be your left foot to face back to the top of the mat. And maybe we float it forward. So see what that feels like. Maybe it touches down. You might lift it up and then bring it down. Beautiful. And then from the top of the mat, before we switch sides, you may want some blocks here, as the invitation is to come into a supported warrior three. So I'm going to bring some blocks here, bring a bend, a softness to this left knee. Beautiful. And then we're going to bend into the left knee, bend into the right knee. You might bring that right knee behind the left, like you're sitting down, and then lengthen it out. Do that 1 or 2 more times or none. You choose what feels good here. So good for our bones. Beautiful. Nice. And then we can bring that right foot down. Let's find a halfway lift. And then soften. We step the left foot back and finding our warrior two on the other side. So dropping that left heel. And once again, finding our center. Making sure we're not leaning too far on either side. Noticing your left ankle, your knee, and your hip, that they're all in that beautiful alignment. We're not trying to pull the left hip in any direction. Right. Beautiful. And then we'll bring some movement again here. So sweeping the right arm up and over, and that left hand can come in front of your belly. And then we'll reverse that. So the right arm comes in front of the belly and left arm reaches over. And maybe we do this 2, 3 times. Just find a flow that feels really nourishing for you. Feeling the stability, the grounding, and the strength of your lower body here. And the flow, the movement of your upper body. Beautiful. As you're ready, we'll find our way back into our warrior two. Nice. Let's sweep the arms all the way up, lengthening into the right leg as we send that right foot forward. 5-pointed star, just take up some space. This time we'll send the toes out and the heels in. I'm just going to turn around so I'm facing you. Nice, and let's drop down. Let's drop it down. Find our horse legs here. Bring the hands down to your knees, your thighs. You might kind of slide side to side. Feeling the length of your spine here. Tailbones coming down towards the earth. Beautiful. And finding our center. Let's open up the arms again. On the exhale, we'll bring the palms together, navel to the spine, and then opening it up. And then last one, palms together. Open. Let's send it all the way up to our 5-pointed star. Turn towards the front of the mat, and we'll float it forward again. Of course, I'm on the wrong leg this time. And then let's find our supported warrior three on the other side. So lifting through the left leg, bringing a softness, a bend into the right. You might stay right here or bend into the right knee, bend into the left, maybe crossing it over, and then lengthening and lifting. You might do that 1 or 2 times. Check in with your shoulders that they're not round by your ears. Beautiful. And then we can bring that left foot down. Let's find a halfway lift. Shoulders roll back. As we soften down, we'll sweep it all the way up. Palms touch, and let's draw it into our heart space and just notice. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel your thumbs on your heart. Maybe feeling your heart beating. Beautiful. As you're ready, we can reach up to the sky. And then take a fold, bending your knees as much as you like. We're going to step the left foot back and drop that left knee. Your hands can be on blocks. You can come on up to the right knee if you'd like, or stay with the hands on blocks. Nice. Sweeping the arms up towards the sky. And once again, bringing the right hand in front of you, and the left arm can come over. So getting that beautiful side opening on the left side. Nice. Let's bring the arms back up. And then shifting the hips back a bit as the arms sway down. And we're just going to flow here. Feel that opening as you lunge into the lunge, and then softening. The arms can come back. It's creating what movement feels good for you. Check in with your lower back that you're not overarching here. Nice. And then maybe on the next one, we bring our hands down to the ground as we send the hips back, lengthening through the right leg. And plant the left hand and reach the right arm up to the sky. Beautiful. Let's bring that right hand down, come back forward. And we'll just switch sides from here. So drawing the right knee back. We'll send the left foot forward so we're back in our lunge on the other side. You can have your hands on blocks. Your hands can come to your knee. Or let's sweep it up to the sky. Engagement in that right glute here. Get a really good stretch in the front of the right hip flexor. And once again, left hand can come in front of the belly, right arm reaches over. Beautiful. Let's bring it back up, and we'll flow in whatever way feels nourishing to you, bringing that movement into your body. So you can lengthen through the left leg as the arms sweep back. Maybe cactusing the arms as you lunge forward. Just check in with your lower back as you lunge forward, that we're not overarching here. We're just bringing fluid movement. Beautiful. Next time the hips come back, you can bring the hands down to the ground or to blocks. Lengthening through the left leg. Breathing into your hamstrings on this side. As we plant the right hand and send the left up to the sky. Beautiful. Let's bring that back down. Walking it forward. I'll send the left knee back to meet the right. Let's take any spinal movement here. Do barrel roll, cat-cow. Just keeping our bodies really fluid. And then sending the hips back into child's pose. You can also, of course, as always, take puppy dog, where the hips are stacked over the knees if that feels best in your body. We'll take about 3 breaths here, nice full deep breath. Feel as if you're breathing into your entire back body, filling the shoulders, the thoracic spine, the whole center, the lower back. Beautiful. And then as you're ready, we can slowly come on up and find our way onto our backs. Once you get there, we can bend into our knees and let's just do a little bit of pelvic tilt. So scooping the pelvis towards you, sending it away. Nice. And you can release that. Bring the feet nice and wide with the knees bent, letting the knees be just windshield wipers flowing side to side. The arms might be out to the side. Maybe you're turning your head in the opposite direction of the knees. We'll come back to center. And then if you have a blanket, or we'll come into that candle pose, sending our feet up to the sky. But of course, anyone whose lower back might be not feeling the best, maybe bringing a soft blanket nice and low to the ground underneath your sacrum. You're welcome to have a block, a pillow, anything like that. A little bit of a supported back bend here. Perhaps sending our feet up to the sky. You're rolling into your ankles. And then you choose yogi's choice. Do you want more movement? You might take some more stretches here, or this might feel perfect. Just hang out in this restorative space. Just breathe here for a few moments, wherever you are. Maybe you're moving, maybe you're finding stillness. Notice what your body wants to do. But as you're ready, You might cross at the ankles and just hug it in. Just take a moment and draw it in. Nice. As we release our feet to the ground, you might lift up and remove anything that might be beneath you. And then once again, drawing the knees in and maybe just rocking side to side. Really taking this time as nourishing as possible. Really feeding our bodies. Noticing if there's any shape, any stretch, any movement you would like to take before we find Shavasana. Please feel free. And then finding your Shavasana today. What would truly support you? Notice if you want to cover yourself. Use some big pillows beneath you, beneath your legs. So again, feeling the earth support your body. Feeling grounded and solid in your body. And then feeling the fluidity, the movement of the breath, the softness of the breath. Releasing any tension, anything holding in your body that's not needed right now in this moment. And just be. back to our space, our bodies, connecting with the breath. I need you to take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out, let it go. Any gentle movements, your body, your hands, your toes, stretching in any way that feels good. And if it serves you to roll to your left or right side, just taking a moment there. See how you feel in your body right now. Knowing this is your home. It is always here for you to come back to. And slowly making your way up to a comfortable seated position. I need you to close your eyes or have a soft gaze. Perhaps bringing your hands to your heart space, offering yourself love, compassion, and so much gratitude for taking this time for you and sharing your practice with us. Light in me honors the light in you. Hope you have a beautiful day today. Namaste. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a really nice
Thank
day.
you very much.
Good day, everyone.
Thanks, Cynthia. It was
Thanks,
wonderful.
Cynthia.
So good.
So nice seeing you.
See you tomorrow.
With you all. Be well, everybody.
You
Have
too.
a great day. Thank you.
Have a good walk.
Thank you. You too.
Yep.